As an Albanian, it is impossible for me to avoid drawing parallels between Ukraine and President Zelensky and Kosovo and President Thaçit. Today at this Council of Europe summit, I cannot help but remember that the injustice towards the Kosovo Liberation War and its leader Hashim Thaçit started precisely at the Council of Europe, under the malign influence of the then member of this council, Russian Federation. Kosova's president, or as someone named Joe Biden referred to him, the George Washington of Kosovo, is now being tried by a special tribunal established and funded by the democratic world, but based on a 2011 Council of Europe report, which was diabolically sponsored by representatives of Vladimir Putin's party in the Council of Europe Assembly. Completely unfounded allegations of human trafficking were raised then as the start of a criminal smear campaign against Kosovo and Albania. And when I heard Kremlin propaganda talking about human organ trafficking by neo-Nazis in Donbass, it seemed like I saw President Zelensky 10 years later tried by a special tribunal founded on the same absurd charges. I would be guilty of remaining silent if I did not speak up here today and say the following. The Council of Europe Assembly has a moral obligation to correct any mistakes, and in this case should open the way to retract the report that falsely labeled Albania as a base for the alleged organ trafficking facilitated by the Kosovo Liberation Army. Refusing to face the truth today would be worse than making a grave mistake 12 years ago, when many voted with closed eyes that disgraceful report in good faith. Of course, today the situation has changed. Russia is no longer a member of this council, although the number of Russians who continue to work for the Council of Europe is very impressive. And thanks God, the unity of the Council's democratic community in support of the Ukrainian Liberation War and President Zelensky is extraordinary. Albania has never had illusions about the nature of the regime in Moscow, and our relations with Moscow have been non-existent since the death of Josip Vissarionovich Stalin.